All right, today we are moving on to exploring multiples. This is Unit 2, Lesson 3. All right, our big idea is developing number sense and demonstrating an understanding of multiples and factors, prime and composite numbers, helps us to describe and solve problems in the real world. Multiples, factors, prime and composite numbers are all what we call number sense, and that's the second part of this unit. Our concept today will be demonstrating an understanding of multiples and common multiples only. All right, taking a look at our Connect section of Lesson 3, Unit 2. How to find multiples. So, Connect section. To find the multiples of a number, start at a number and count on by that number. That's going to be important. Count on by that number. So, multiples of 4, for example, we're going to count on by 4s. Well, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, and so on. Multiples continue. They continue and continue and continue and can go on and on and on. Multiples of 6, for example. 6. 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 6 is 36, 6 times 7 is 42, and so on. When we look at these two lists of numbers and find the ones that are common, that are the same, they become our common multiples. So 12 is common between those two, 24 is common between those two, and 36 is common between those two. We call those common multiples. They are common between the two. Often we are looking for the least common multiple, and our least common multiple would be the smallest number that is common, so it is 12. In order to confirm that a number is a common multiple, we can check, is it divided by 4 and by 6? 12, can we divide it by 4? Yes, it's 3. 12, can we divide it by 6? Yes, it's 2. So this would be a good common multiple of 4 and 6. So the least common multiple is the first common multiple, or the lowest number, the least number. Multiples become really important in solving problems. We often use multiples to solve problems. For example, here we have a problem. Wieners are sold in packages of 12. The buns, the hot dog buns themselves, are sold in packages of 8. So if we want to sell 75 hot dogs, we do not want any wieners or any buns left over. How many packages of each should we buy? Well, so we're looking for multiples of 8 and 12. So first we list all the multiples of 8. So 8, 16, 8 times 3, 24, 8 times 4, 32, 8 times 5, 40, 8 times 6, 48, and so on. And we list quite a few of them. I would go up to 8 or 9. They've decided to go up to 10. 10 is good too. Now we want the multiples of 12. So 12 is 1 times 12 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. Here you might need to use your calculator. You can definitely use your calculator in the multiples portion of this unit. And in the factors, actually. And continue. And then we look for common numbers. Well, 24 is common. 48 is common. 72 is common. We want the number that is close to 75 because we want to sell 75 hot dogs. Since 72 is close to 75, you should buy 72 wieners and 72 buns. So we would actually need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packages of wieners, and we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 8 times 9, 9 packages of buns. This helps us to figure out how many of each we need. All right, now we're going to practice. This is not out of your textbook, so don't look for it there. This is an extra work that I found from Maximizing Math, actually. All right, complete the following steps to find the multiples that are common for 4 and 5. So first, list the 10 multiples of 4. List the 10 multiples of 5, list the ones that are common, and explain how you could find other common numbers of 4 and 5. So go ahead and press pause and do that now. All right, so listing the common multiples of 4. Let's take a look. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, 4 times 7 is 28, 4 times 8 is 32, 4 times 9 is 36, and 4 times 10 is 40. So we've got all the multiples of 4 now. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15, and we know there's that pattern of counting by 5, so 20, 25, 30, 35, oops, that's a 5, hard to write with your finger, 40, 45, and 5 times 10 is 50, so I can stop there. Multiples that are common between the two. So what are numbers that are the same? Well, 12 isn't the same, 16 isn't the same. I'm looking for numbers that end in 0 and 5 in here. So this ends in a 0, 20, and 20. And 40 and 40 are the only common multiples between those two. So 20 and 40 are the only ones that are common. How would you find other common factors to those numbers? Take a moment, turn and talk to your elbow partner. How would you find other common numbers, or think about it in your head? Well, to find other common numbers, we could continue our pattern, couldn't we? We could keep counting by that number and looking for others that are the same. All right, to practice just a little bit more, listing those multiples, making sure that you know that you have all of them. First 10 multiples of 2, 5, 8, and 7. Go ahead, press pause and do those now. All right, multiples of 2. Oops. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 2 times 10 is 20. Perfect. Multiples of 5. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 4 is 20, 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 6 is 30, 5 times 7 is 35, 5 times 8 is 40, 5 times 9 is 45, and 50. Multiples of 8. 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24, 8 times 4 is 32, 8 times 5 is 40, 8 times 6 is 48, 8 times 7 is 56, 8 times 8 is 64, sorry I missed 8 times 8, 8 times 9 is 72. And of course 8 times 10 is 80. Let's try 7. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3, 7 times 4 is 28, 7 times 5 is 35, 7 times 6 is 42, 7 times 7 is 49, 7 times 8 is 56, 7 times 9 is... All right, now take a look and find which ones are common between 2 and 5. Oops, sorry. Between 2 and 5, and find which ones are common between 8 and 7. Press pause and try that now. If we took a look, between 2 and 5, we have 10, that's the same, and 20, that's the same. Between 8 and 7, ooh, not a lot that's similar. In fact, the only one that's similar is 8 times 7. And sometimes that is the case. You'll find that their pair is the only one that's similar, but that's not always the case, so don't rely on that. But you will find that sometimes. All right, at this point you're going to move on to the concept practice, allowing you to practice a skill does become homework. We do mark and discuss. Your concept, demonstrating an understanding of multiples and common multiples. Page 56 and 57, numbers 2, 3, 5, and 6. Make sure you fully complete them. If it asks for an explanation must be provided in words, and you must show all your work. So remember that if that means you need to show what you punched into your calculators, like 7 times 8 equals 56, that's what I should be seeing on your page. Evidence of your thinking and your understanding. Remember, of course, if you have questions, you have options. You may look back at the connect section. You may rewatch the video. You may ask a elbow partner, 1, 2, or 3 different people if you need to. And of course, you may ask me. Make sure that if you are having difficulty, you choose 1 or 2 of these strategies to try. Note, there is not an exit slip for this particular concept. Your exit slip will come after you've also done multiples, factors, prime, and composite numbers. So do not expect an exit slip at this point.